Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Collector Stream YouTube channel. Hope you guys are all doing very well today. I'm doing great tonight. Tonight's video, I'm going to be talking about. Personally, for me, it is the best Scarlet and Violet set. And I thought about what kind of direction to take in this video. Like, should I go for a negative narrative or a positive narrative? And I'm gonna tell you both narrative. Okay. Yeah, so on screen right now, I have a slab that needs no introduction. If you guys think about Paldea Evolved, this is the #1 chase card. And it kind of rose to the top in a very interesting setting because this set, and I'm going to have an example here. Let me put it up. It's going to be the Paldea Evolved set. And when this set came out, the chase card was not the Magikarp. It was actually the Iono Special Illustration Rare, the SIR. Because at this time, back in June 2023, for those who were not collecting back then, this set came out during the Japanese waifu craze. And then you have the Scarlet and Violet base set Miriam SAR that sold for a lot of money back in the day, and then now it just came crashing down. I'm not even going to bother checking how much it costs. It just kind of like cratered. And then the other card that was super popular that made its way into Paldea Evolved was the Iono SAR, which still, surprisingly, in Japanese PSA 10, it still commands a nice price to this day, because the artwork is very beautiful, and it's one of the best girl trainer from Japan in recent memories. So when this box came out, everybody was chasing the Iono Special Illustration Rare because that was the most expensive card. But funny enough, 2 years later, the chase card became the Magikarp. And then on hand, I have the Magikarp right here. So on this side is the PSA 10 from the Japanese set, and this one is a PSA 9. So if you guys look at the centering, it is kind of, this one is obviously off-centered, and the back is a little bit off-centered. But there is an immense price difference between these two slabs. So when I made this video, I wanted to talk about this card and this set for a little while now, and I thought tonight would be a good time to talk about it. I'm not going to do too much fancy editing. I'm just going to be speaking directly to a camera to the viewers and tell you guys my opinion on why I think Paldea Evolved is simply going to win. And what I mean by that is it's going to win the race in the Scarlet and Violet era. And it's also already become quite apparent, because if you look at the booster box price, they're going for around $320 to $350 right now, US dollars. And I believe this trend is going to continue simply because people want this card so badly in a PSA 10. If we divert our screen now to eBay, let's have a look in the first tab that I have open. If I go for the negative narrative, I want to say that people are paying a $2,000 premium over a PSA 9 for the PSA 10. So this kind of drove me to think about this video, is because this grading culture, this grading thing is so interesting. They are effectively the same card, albeit with very slight and minor differences between the cards. But because there's only around 2,000 PSA 10 out there in existence for the PSA 10 versus 8,000-ish for the PSA 9. Actually, if we go to the next tab, we can quickly check the PSA 10 data. So let's be more specific here. PSA 10, it's approaching 3,000. So it's actually not a super rare card. It's not like sub 1,000 or anything. There's almost 3,000 of them. But then look at the PSA 10 and the PSA 9 ratio, right? So there's numerous, way more in PSA 9, which I have one right here, and then this one is the one that I pulled myself. And I knew there was no chance that I will get a PSA 10, but then I still did it anyway because I just want to encapsulate this card, and I think it looks really nice in a PSA 10 holder. So yeah, this slab for me, and this, looking at this, is quite interesting because sometimes the Japanese version have way better print quality and print texture technology than English. But looking at this, just doing an eye test, I think they are nearly like identical, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but they look really similar, which is quite interesting, because if you ever pull like a Evolving Skies Sylveon or Evolving Skies Moonbreon, compare the Japanese and the English, the difference is night and day. The Japanese slab looks way better than the English one, yeah. But but English is a more dominant market, and more collectors, they are fond of the English cards over the Japanese card. But then there's a very big difference between the print quality between those two cards, Sylveon and Umbreon, but there's not too much between the two. So moving back here, so this negative narrative that I don't want to make the theme of this video is I don't want to give like a negative connotation to the PSA slab, because a lot of people, they really want to chase this this in the PSA 10 form. But look at the price difference. You're nearly paying $2,000 just for the effectively just for the PSA 10 label. Yeah, like that's how crazy it is. And I don't think there's any other Scarlet and Violet art rare or any kind of card in this generation that sees such a big difference, such a big price delta between PSA 9 and PSA 10. So that's why I want to make a video on this, because this is a very interesting talking point. And this card is sort of single-handedly driving up the price of Paldea Evolved, and that's one of the number one factor on why this box is commanding the most price premium over other Scarlet and Violet cases. So now I'm going to talk about the positive side of this video, and why I think Scarlet and Violet is going to win. And I hold actually a large position in Paldea Evolved. So of course, yeah, I want this box to do well, yeah, but don't take it from me, I don't need to do any sort of publicity work. I don't need to talk any marketing to try to like boost the price of this box. Yeah, because this box is unlikely to be printed again. It's from 2023, and the Pokemon Company right now is just scrambling to print to demand right now, whether you're looking at Japanese or English. So it's very unlikely they will be printing, making more Paldea Evolved. So this is, I would consider this to be an out of print box. Very likely out of print. Yeah, I just don't see why Pokemon Company will suddenly be like, oh, like I don't understand if the product managers will have a meeting like on a Monday morning at 9 a.m. and it's like, oh yeah, let's just make more Paldea Evolved booster boxes. Because no, there's now we're at the tail end of Scarlet and Violet. There's going to be a new generation coming. They're trying to print Black Bolt and White Flare. Have you seen the fighting videos or the long lines in Canada, Costco, wrapping around Costco and making the rounds like to different various streets? I'll include a video that I saw on Instagram in right now to give you guys an idea of how crazy the demand is for Pokemon cards. So yeah, I just don't see Pokemon Company printing any more of these. Yeah, so this is just going to be going up more and more thanks to this card. Secondly, why this is very personal. The second reason why I think, actually this is the third reason. First reason, Magikarp. Second reason, out of print. Third reason is because it has the Evolve in its name. And then I know this is like super you can be like, oh, I'm calling you BS, that there's no relevancy, it doesn't make any sense. But trust me, hear me out here. Because this box is called Paldea Evolve, and you look at the Sword and Shield, the best set was called the Evolving Skies. And then to me, any sort of box that carries the Evolving or Evolve name, it tends to do pretty well, yeah. And then I want to go into, maybe I can quickly go into the Sun and Moon. I'll have a look. Sorry guys, yeah. So I had a look, and I was thinking of the wrong generation. Yeah, I was thinking of XY Evolutions, which like I know is a bit of a far cry, but then hear me out, because I like to think that there is a bit of a connection between the price of XY Evolutions, Evolving Skies, and then Paldea Evolve. Like whenever there's a Evolve in the set name, it kind of gets me hyped, and that's a very personal thing. Like don't treat this as the gospel. Yeah, it's not true, but I think for me at least, yeah, like when I hear the word Evolve and I think, oh, Evolving Skies, oh, Paldea Evolve, and then if there is another Evolve set in the upcoming generation, I will pay special attention to that. It's just me, okay? Yeah. So don't take it to heart. Moving on to the fourth reason, and now we need to take a look, deeper dive into the set, the actual set. So yeah, the top parts are just commons and uncommons. There's nothing much to talk about. But then this set contains 193 cards, and then I think it has 86 secret rares. And out of all the other sets, it's the #1 set with a lot of banging illustration rares. And then I've always had the discussion with my friends that collects SV, and then we talk about, you know, which set is going to perform the best. Some people are going to say like it's going to be Destined Rival. Some people are going to say is you know, Surging Sparks back when it was very hype, and then some will say Journey Together. But for me, it has always been Paldea Evolved, because if you look at the artwork, we've got the Magikarp, we've got the Tyranitar. I really like this Raichu. I think a few months ago when everything pumped, when all the art rares pumped, the Raichu, I think it's really nice as well. And then I don't know if a lot of people, the Meryl went to like 500 USD in PSA 10, so don't forget that. Yeah, and it's all contained within the set. And this is the set that contains all the Paldean starters, so that is very huge if you think about it. You know, like some set like Twilight Masquerade, they'll have the Greninja, some Temporal Force, Paradox Rift, yada. Not a lot of, you know, crucial cards. This set alone is sort of like a mini Evolving Skies. This has all the Paldean starters. I'm not talking about just the first stage evolution. I'm talking about the second stage and the final stage. Yeah, you look at, you know, look at the Sprigatito, and then you have the Floragato, and then you have the Masquerada, you have the Fuecoco, Crogator, and Scarlet Dirge, yeah, and then you have like Quaxley, Quaxwell, and then what's the last one? Yeah, the one with the Quaquaval, yeah. All of them are in this one set. Plus, you have, going back down, you have the Iono, special illustration rare, which still is a chase card in Clayburst in Japanese. Yeah, so that's why in this video I'm not going to be talking about in a negative vibe, talking about, you know, how expensive the PSA 10 Magikarp is, but we take it at a positive note. Is like the print condition when this set was released was terrible. You know, very bad surface condition. A lot of whitening at the back, and OC. So the QC for this set was horrifying. It was bad, but somehow it actually became its strength, paired with all the special rares in this set. Yeah, so it's a really special set. And again, I seriously don't need to do any lip service for this set. The artwork proves itself. And I actually don't have a lot of these singles and PSA 10 in my collection, but I really believe that this set is going to take over the Scarlet and Violet race, and it's going to come out as #1. Yeah, thanks to the terrible print qualities for some reason. Yeah, so that brings me to the conclusion of this video, and I think another last talking point I want to mention is it's very interesting with Pokemon collecting and card collecting in general is we all chase scarcity, but what's interesting is there's a lot of these X factors that we might not have considered. You know, when this set came out, I remember buying these, I loaded up on these at $75-$80 a box, and I have a lot of these boxes. Yeah, but I'm just gonna keep them for a while. But the reason people were not even buying these boxes at $80 was because they thought it was crap. You know, they didn't like the Paldean starters. Like they weren't comfortable with jumping into the set back in June 2023. But then now you see people are paying upwards of $350 for a box of this. Yeah, and back then a case of this, I was buying cases of these for around $550. So one case was $550. Now one box is $350. So you do the math on, you know, the return on investment, right? Unrealized gains, of course, I know, yeah, but Pokemon is all, for me, is all about long-term investing. Yeah, so I'm not in a hurry to sell any of these. I'll keep it until my son is like a teenager. Yeah, and then maybe then I'll start selling them one by one. Yeah, and that's kind of like the investment strategy that I've always had and always will stick to. But yeah, this set is special. Yeah, and I cannot believe the bad quality actually turned into its greatest strength. Yeah, so this set is going to go down in history, and so many people are going to be talking about. There's a lot of talking points with Paldea Evolved. Yeah, so let me know in the comment section what do you think of this take, and do you guys hold any Paldea Evolves? Are you guys trying to complete the master set, and what is your favorite, you know, Pokemon from this set? This Magikarp, yeah, it's really special, and then it's got that cool Gyarados hitting in the top right. Yeah, a lot of cool details. Yeah, you see the whole entire Gyarados here. You know, the tail, and then leading all the way to his face. And then you have the Magikarp, which kind of gives me like, it's almost like a golden style Magikarp, like the fin, you know, a golden whisker, or is that called whisker? Yeah. Like I'm not a animal, you know, expert by any means. Yeah. So please forgive me if they're not called whiskers. Yeah. But yeah, this card quite definitive for the SP era. Yeah, and I'm sure we'll be talking about this in the near future. Will it crack $4,000, $5,000 like the Latios Lovebird, or maybe it'll reach new heights this year or next year during the 30th anniversary, or will it come back down? You know, nobody knows. But what I know and what I'm banking on is Paldea Evolved is gonna win. Yeah. So if you guys like the content, please subscribe and comment, and let me know what you guys want to see or want to hear me, you know, talk about in the next video. And I'm actually heading back to Canada soon, so I'll be making video in Toronto. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care and talk to you soon. See ya.